Okay, here's what we're doing today. I have this, it's a old Jimi Hendrix, Dunlop Jimi Hendrix Fuzz Face, and these came out in the 90s sometime, and in my opinion they sounded like shit. I had this one and I tried everything. I tried different places in the pedal chain. I tried putting EQs in front of it, EQ behind it, messing around with the amp. I couldn't get a decent sound out of it. So I finally gave up, and I had a big muff that I liked. So I took the guts from the big muff and I put them in here. And I had to do a couple of minor mods. I had to drill a hole for the tone and drill a hole for the light. And otherwise everything lined up pretty good. But what I'm doing is the jack for this is just a little one. It takes one of these little 1/4 inch things, which is a pain in the ass because I got to use this extension that I made. So I'm going to take that off and I'm going to replace it with, from this Dan Electro Daddy-O. I put a new jack in this one a while back because the one that was on the circuit board cracked. But I'm not using this pedal. You know, I don't really like it. So I'm going to take this jack, big one, out of this and put it in this. So I'll have to drill this hole a little bigger too. That hole. And yeah, so it'll make this just a little bit better. Plus what I'm going to do is, while I'm in there, the in and out on these is reversed like every other Fuzz Face. So I'm going to take the in and put it here and take the out and put it there so that it chains better with other pedals, just for simplicity's sake. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So first thing I'm going to do is remove this jack, and then I will swap it with this one and drill a hole, and we'll see how we make out. Okay, hang on a sec. Alrighty, so we'll just desolder some stuff here. That's okay. That's taken care of. I now need to, this thing is held on by a nut on the inside. So I gotta undo that. As much as I don't like using pliers and stuff like this, there's really no way to get a socket in there. So do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. Oh, you bastard. Okay. Alright, so there's that. You can put this away. So, take a look at our wires and figure out what's what. The blue one went to the battery jack. The red one goes to the pin. So the red is the center, and the black one obviously goes to the terminal on the side. So all we have to do is wire this one up the same way. But before I do that, I'm going to figure out what drill it's going to take to open that up. All right, so stand by for a second, and I'll do that. Okay, so I got this one here. This is a 1/2 inch drill, which might be a bit big, but it will work. Trouble is, I only have a 3/8 chuck in my drill, and the hole that I would need be a bit bigger than 3/8, so I can't use this. But this is a 1/2 inch drill with a 3/8 shank, so this one I can use and it will work. So it's a little bigger than what I would have liked, but it will do. So I'm just working my way up in size. 3/8 one. Okay, so that's the biggest one I have in that set. And just for laughs, we'll see how close it is. Get in there, you bugger. There we go. So, yeah, not even close. So, we're moving on up to the heavy artillery. Okay, done. I can put this away. So, yeah, that's pretty soft material, whatever it is, so that helped a lot. Get through it pretty easily. And just give me a minute to clear up all my bits and pieces. This will fit right in there with no issues at all. Look at that, just like downtown. Okay, perfect. Now, just give me a second to clean up all this mess and we'll get right back. Okay, we're back. And I have cleaned up the mess. Spectacles on. Okay, so what we're going to do is wire by wire, we're going to desolder these wires and replace it with one of these, so we know exactly what goes where. There's no guessing. So we'll start with the wire that goes to the jack. That would be this one. There. That one's off. And the blue wire on this thing goes to the jack. So we will desolder that. Try to be methodical with this stuff because you forget which wire goes where. It's a bit of a pain in the bag trying to figure it out because then you're jumping wires around, hoping for the best. Sometimes you can read the circuit board and figure out what's what, but some circuit boards are a little tough to do that with, just depending on how they're laid out. Okay. Little drop of solder to freshen it up. I got these shaky hands and damn all I can do about it, but I try to work around it the best I can. So, okay, that's good. Now, we find the one for the pin, for the center. That will be this one. And you can see right there, the rivet for the pin. So that's how we know that one's that. So we'll do that next. So we come over here and we look to see which one's for the pin, or for the center. In this case, this one is for the ring. So this red one is for the center, see? Yeah, because this little bendy bit here touches the center tip, and below the ring is the outer ground. So, which one goes to the bendy bit? You know what we can do? I can break this out because it's just a little too hard to see. don't want any guesswork or any ambiguity, so we will use good old-fashioned continuity test. So, touch this. Put the clip back on. That's a good idea. There. There. And we will check. I think it's the red one. Yes. Appears to be the red one, but I will try the black one too, just to see. Yeah. Reading on the black one. Just give me a second to get this sorted out. Okay, I'm sorted out here. What I had to do was install the jack before I wired it up, because it occurred to me that if I got all the wires on, I can't push it through from the outside. So I had to put it through, put the nut in place, so that's all there. So I'll have to work on it in place. It would have been easier to have it loose, but what are you going to do? So anyway, this red wire is the hot wire for the center pin. And this was the one that came off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder this to the circuit board and take the other one off. This might be a bit easier. Make sure I don't burn any of the other wires. Okay, that's that one. And we take this one, and it goes here. There we go. Next is the black wire, which will go here. So we'll do the same thing. Okay, hang on. Got to clean up this wire a little bit. I thought it might go in, but it's all bunchy. Just nip off the end. Yeah. That's better. I had to trim the wire a little bit and clean it up. And have a solder. Hold everything in place. You gotta be careful with circuit boards. If you put too much heat, the tracings will start to lift off. And that's a pain in the ass you don't need. So let's have a look. We got Everything seems to be where it wants to be. I'm going to double check here. I took a photograph before. Yep, that's right. I always take a picture before I start taking stuff apart and putting it back together again, because then if I forget where something goes, I can go back and look at the picture. Just a helpful little thing. So that's that. Now what we're going to do is take these and swap them around. So try to find the appropriate socket for that. Let's try a 1/2 inch. Yep, that'll do. I think I have enough wire to make this work. Try and do it without ripping wires off of anything. Get that one moved. This one, I'm trying to fish through all these other wires. I mean, I could just desolder them and resolder them, but I'll do things the hard way if I can do it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Actually, it makes a lot more sense for the wiring. It's not all tangled up in each other. So put that on. I don't understand why. I mean, Dunlop still does this. Their pedals, their Fuzz Faces, they still have the jacks reversed. I guess they're trying to keep it old school or whatever. The little mini ones have them in the right place, but the old, bigger, full-size ones, they still have them reversed. I never understood why. At some point, it hasn't occurred to them to just put them on the right way. I don't think anybody's going to care. They'll probably be glad of it. So, there we go. We have a new jack and a new power jack, and the two input and output jacks are now in a more intuitive place, which makes it easier to line up on a pedal board. So that would be that. Let's put it together, plug it in, and make sure it still works. Oops, we got a loose nut. A loose nut. There. Make sure that switch is in place. Okay. So I'll put it back together and we'll try that. Okay. We're all plugged in. The new jack in place, so I don't have that wire anymore. And I've switched around the inputs so it's more intuitive when you have it plugged into other in a chain of pedals. So this is now in and that is now out. And this, a big muff pedal stuffed into a Fuzz Face box. Pretty cool. So any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.